Hi creative friends, this is Soraya and thank you so much for being here. So this is part 2 of my video where I am using this, which was something that I took from Alana Hennessy's book, and it's called Paint and Paper. And so I did an exercise, I made a video about it, and then I really fell in love with this whole color scheme, especially the pink part, the pink and the green. I mean, there's so many parts of this that I really gravitate towards. So what I did is I made a video where I am using this as a seed for this over here. And the reason why I'm making this video series is because I really wanted to illustrate what I meant and what I mean, because I constantly talk about it and I say, well, how do we get inspired? Why should we copy another artist? Why should we do exercises? Why should we work over another book, like say Connie's book, and incorporate her art into our art? Like there's a million, excuse me, there's a million ways that we can get seeds of inspiration. And I generally, what I always say following that is I say, now those seeds can they can like transport from point A to point B, so in another painting or an art journal or just a completely different like space. And I always say, well, it can migrate the same, it can migrate like you can it can morph, like you just take a little bit, or you can, it's just the seeds and you can make something entirely new. But I got the seeds, the compost, the inspiration I got from here. So even if it doesn't look anything like this, this is what got me on that journey. I took something from here, whatever it was, and I, brought it into here, and, I went my way. So even if I look at the two, and now when I look at these two pieces, I can tell there's a lot of similarities, and I did that on purpose. But now we get to the second part. So after leaving it alone and writing in my studio log, etc., etc., I am absolutely not happy with the background. I love the background over here. It works over here, but it is just, I'm not feeling it over here. So this is a really good example of what I mean when I say, well, it can morph or it can change, and that's okay. It still got me to this point. Now, one of the other things I just want to talk about, and I'll try not to talk so much, but this is kind of important, I feel, is when I first started my YouTube channel, actually, I thought about it I set up my YouTube channel in 2011. Like I actually set up, the whole thing, but I never posted a video. And then like about a year and a half ago, before I started posting videos, I did think about it, like, substantially. I wrote about it. I had an idea of what I wanted to do, etc. And one of the stumbling blocks I kept on coming across in my own mind was the editing part, because I am not tech savvy, and I can make like videos about the creativity part, but then the technical part, it would really scramble up my brain. And so I was really kind of like fighting it, like, well, what am I gonna do? Should I just like, learn editing for a month? And, and when you start up a YouTube channel, there's already like so many things to learn that you don't even think about, like you just don't even anticipate, right? And if you look at my earlier videos, like it's very stilted because I just, it's not that I wasn't being myself, but I was like, I wasn't editing it. So yeah, I kind of was like really stilted, right? And now, because I've been making videos now for, I don't know, a long time, like a year and a half or, whatever, I'm like more myself because I'm relaxed. But this is the gist of the second part, why I decided not to edit my videos. The first part is because I wouldn't be able to make as many videos. I wouldn't be as prolific, like, because I would be spending more time editing than making the video. And I didn't want to do that. I just didn't. Now, my channel is not for everybody because, different people are going to gravitate towards different things. And that's okay. That's totally fine. Like, that's what, I do the same thing when I watch YouTube videos. But the second part of not editing videos, and this is where we get into this part, is I think that where the gold is, is when things change, when I make mistakes, when I don't know what I'm doing, because that is a big part of the creative process. Like, I never wanted to present myself as, well, I know what I'm doing. Like, I always know what I'm doing. I just sit down, I create a piece, and from A to Z, like, everything just flows. Like, you know, like, it can seem that way when I'm doing a time lapse, but a time lapse is different. A time lapse is, by its very definition, you're going fast, you know, etc. But when I'm actually making a video, you know, I don't want to like present like, oh, well, I knew all the decisions to make. Like, I never backtracked. I never said, oh my God, like, what the heck am I doing? You know, etc., because that's not reality for me. I don't work that way. Like, you know, there's tons, like, actually most of the time I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing, and I backtrack and I cover things up. And that's the beauty of mixed media, as opposed to, say, classic watercolor, where you do have to plan everything out in advance and you do kind of know where things are going, because, you know, that's just kind of the nature of it. So anyways, you guys, I'm sorry for that big song and dance. I didn't mean to go into that, but I think it's really important, because getting back to this over here, I realized that the background, yes, I love the pink in over here. I love that pink background. It is just scrumptious. I could eat it up. But over here is just, I'm not feeling it, okay? So what I'm gonna do, and I don't know if this is gonna work either, but I'm gonna put the pink over here, and then I'm gonna put the background to be black. And I know black can be scary for a lot of artists, including myself. Like, when I first started using black, I was like, oh my God, because a little goes a long way. It is very overpowering, but black is also a neutral, and it just really does make things pop. It makes colors pop, it makes values pop. Now, I'm probably, even though this is chalk paint, I'm probably going to have to put a couple of coats of this. And this is, because it's chalk paint, like, when it dries, it's got really good staying, like, covering power, but it also takes really well to, like, different kinds of media you want to put over top of it. It's really going to make it pop. Like, if I use my Posca markers once this is dry, it is really going to just zing. And, you know, it by contrast, because it is a neutral, and because it's such a dark value, it is going to make the brighter colors just that much more, like, it's just going to make them zing. So I don't know if this is gonna work, and what I'm envisioning is I'm gonna put a couple of coats of this and let it dry completely, and then I am going to maybe, I don't know yet, you know, put some designs on here, or put some writing on here, or use like a white gel pen or something, you know, and here. And I'm sorry for the noise outside, you guys. It is yeah, people are doing their lawns and doing lawn stuff, so it is kind of a bit noisy. I hope the camera isn't picking up on it too much. And yeah, so now I know that really kind of like changes the, like, look at that, you guys. Like, when I said everything is relative, like, look at that, it changes everything in the whole piece. Like, with the pink over there, that was a completely different painting than now. Like, now it's more grounded, somber, it's just got a different mood to it. So yeah, everything in your piece is relative. Now, this is, black is very strong. It's the darkest value, and I say it's black. This is called ink, and it's chalk paint by Waverly. Now what I'm gonna do is I am going to put the pink on the dress part, and I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know how that's gonna work, but I think it is going to be good. That's my hope anyways. And this is like a purpley kind of a pink, so it's not like a true pink. And I might mix it up with a pinker pink. Let me see here. There's my Luminous Opera, and I also have like another delicious pink that I don't, oh, there it is. Oops. Okay, this is an Italian paint color here. And so, oops. I don't know if this is gonna work, you guys. I don't know. I'm thinking it might work, but who knows? One of the things I really loved about the piece I copied from Elena Hennessy is the green against the pink. And over here, the green is not against the pink. Well, I mean, a little bit over there, but I don't really count that as much. Not like, I'll show you the Elena Hennessy piece here in a minute. Well, the one I copied anyways. And I'm just gonna put this Luminous Opera here. And the thing is, you guys, like when I do exercises like these, I can go over top of it and say these are perfect for my 100-day project where I'm doing mixed media portraits, or I can just turn it into collage as well. So yeah, it's not like anything goes to waste, you guys. Because sometimes I know when I first started, I was like, oh my god, you know, it's like paint is expensive, and you know, like you're using up your resources, your time, etc. But yeah, you can just use it. Ooh, like I do like this. And you know, I could like try to figure out a way to bring some green into the mix here, either in the neck or I don't know, just some other way maybe. Yeah, so I am liking this a lot, and I'm gonna put a little bit on the face, which I don't know if that's gonna work, but we'll just leave it for now. So I guess the big takeaway for this video, you guys, is that this is a really good example of me taking this, right, and saying, okay, I want to use this as inspiration because I'm just loving that green against the pink. I'm loving just the way that like pink is just so delicious. Like, look at that, you know, it's just, oof, it's just speaking to me. Okay, I love that pop of orange. Like, I'm just really loving so much about this, right? So I said, okay, I'm gonna like, you know, put it on here. But yeah, okay, part one, I kind of replicated it very consciously, and then I thought about it and I'm like, nah, that just doesn't work. The background of pink works here, but it does not work here. So this is a very good example of like you taking that idea, you're taking the seeds, and you don't know how it's gonna like pan out. You might start one way and it might turn out another way, but this is the seed. These are the seeds, and you are planting it, and you just don't know. It could be completely different, but it doesn't matter because it's those seeds of inspiration that got you to here. So I hope I've explained that clearly enough without rambling on too much, but I think these are important points to make and to illustrate. So anyways, you guys, I'm gonna let all of this dry, and I'm really loving this now. I think I might want to add a little bit more like of this chalk paint here to the top, you know, just to parts of it. But yeah, I'm really loving this. So I'm gonna leave this alone, let it dry, write in my studio log, see what comes up, and we'll go from there. So anyways, you guys, if you've watched all the way to the end, thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.